Hello again, and welcome back to Raw. Your host, Henry Jacobson, here with you, and this program is brought to you by THQ. Now, that last match we saw Chuck Norris, as good as he was, he just could not beat Paul White. But up next is anyway, as I was about to say, we have Pikachu, who is definitely one of the biggest stars, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention this guy right here. Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I'll tell you one thing about Austin, folks. Steve Austin, without a doubt, he's definitely going in the Hall of Fame. No doubt about it. I could probably say the same thing about Pikachu when his time is through. That rhymed. But no, these are two big stars, and if I'm not mistaken, this has never happened before. We have never had Pikachu go up against Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I was like, wow. This is like a dream match here. You have Pikachu, albeit in humanoid form, but just keep that between us. But yeah, Pikachu against Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is just incredible. What more is there to Austin that we have not talked about? Of course, the man is a former world champion here, as well as the fact that he was also, World Wrestling Federation champion in the World Wrestling Federation quite for a number of years, and even when he wasn't the champion, let me slow down here. Even when he wasn't the champion, he still kicked a lot of butt, and he still drew money. But with that said, match underway, and a clothesline onto Steve Austin to begin the matchup, but just like that, Steve Austin got up, though. And another clothesline onto Steve Austin. Again, this is a first-time matchup, and normally I'd favor Steve Austin, being that he is, without a doubt, the toughest SOB in the ring, but I would have to give the edge to, Pikachu, being that he's very athletic, he's very strong, and yet very quick. And of course, Pikachu is a former world champion in his own right, so you really cannot, take this guy very lightly. And a tree of woe on to Steve Austin. Oh, and a super backbreaker on to Steve Austin. And already Pikachu is doing a number on Steve Austin. Another backbreaker onto Steve Austin. And it's pretty obvious he's going right after the back of Steve Austin. A back elbow onto Steve Austin. And right now Austin hasn't had much of, if any, offense against Pikachu whatsoever. Pikachu is doing what he has to do. He's taking it right to Steve Austin before Austin could do anything to him. And a drop toe hold facebuster. A back elbow onto Steve Austin. And a cross-arm neckbreaker onto Steve Austin. I'll tell you one thing. It would definitely be a feather in the cap for Pikachu to beat the legendary Steve Austin. I mean, no doubt Austin has a lot left in the tank, but I mean, come on. Steve Austin is... I'm sorry. Steve Austin is a man. I mean, you know, JR, he's talked to me a lot about Steve Austin over the years, and that Steve Austin was and is still the man. And a facebuster onto Steve Austin. And Pikachu doing the right thing, staying on Steve Austin. Ooh, nice Insuguri on to Steve Austin. Although Austin finally gets a chance to go after him. Oh, and an arm breaker onto Pikachu. That'll definitely slow him down. An elbow right to the arm of Pikachu. And then a bulldog onto Pikachu. I mean, of course... Austin, wait a minute, a float over neckbreaker onto Steve Austin. And now, what's Pikachu doing? Nothing! Because he absolutely missed. Oh, wait a minute. A karate chop onto Steve Austin, and that busted him open. Is that it? 1, 2. No, kick out by Stone Cold Steve Austin. But now Austin is in deep trouble here. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Pokemon Bomb. Pokemon Bomb on to Steve Austin. Now all he has to do is go for the win. And is that it? 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Wow, I'll tell you one thing. This match was shorter than the last one. But nonetheless, though, Pikachu is the winner. I'll tell you what, Pikachu got a big win against Steve Austin. And for Steve Austin, well, fortunately he was not prepared to take on Pikachu in their first encounter, but I have a feeling that the next time they meet, Steve Austin will be ready. But until then, stay tuned for the next match.